that's okay. I wasn't really sure how much emotional baggage people usually have. But, I guess you brought all of it, huh? You know, I've noticed something. People are really good at carrying things, you know? We carry groceries and backpacks, laundry, boxes, and then we carry things that nobody else can actually see. And somehow, those always seem like the heaviest, don't they? So I thought tonight I could help you throw some of that away. Just for tonight. I'm not going to tell you how to solve your problems. I'm probably not even qualified. I'm just a fuzzy monster. But I'm pretty good at taking out the trash, which turns out can be useful in these scenarios. So here's how this is gonna work tonight. We'll pick one of these bags here, some of the baggage that you've been carrying, and we'll see what it is, what's inside, and if something is wrong, or if it's something that is keeping you awake tonight. We'll throw it away. Not forever though. Just until tomorrow. Because bedtime isn't really the best time to solve every problem that you've ever had. It's just a good time to finally put them down for a little while. So when you're ready to begin, I will begin picking some of these bags and seeing what's inside. This one says regret. Regret. This bag always feels heavier than it looks, doesn't it? Regret has this funny way of convincing us that if we replay something enough, maybe we'll accidentally invent a time machine. We think, I should have said this, or I should have done that, or why didn't I notice? But every version of you in the past only knew what they knew at the time. They didn't know to borrow today's wisdom. You can't even do that, can you? And that's what the important part really is that regret can be a wonderful teacher, but it's a terrible roommate. So let's thank it for its lesson. Thank you. And we'll get rid of it. The next one here is embarrassment. Oh, embarrassment. These are sneaky little things, aren't they? You ever notice how your brain remembers something awkward from 8 years ago? Right right as you're about to fall asleep. Meanwhile, everyone else involved has probably forgotten about it completely. We're all so busy replaying our own awkward moments that we rarely have time to remember someone else's. So maybe, just maybe, you're allowed to stop replaying yours too. It happened. You survived. And you're probably more grown up from it. I think that's enough for embarrassment. Let's see. Tomorrow's worries. Tomorrow has a habit of showing up way too early, doesn't it? You're lying in bed, finally comfortable, and suddenly your brain starts making tomorrow's to-do list. Conversations you need to have, errands you need to run, things that could go wrong, things you forgot to do. But here's something easy to forget. Tomorrow isn't asking anything from you just now. It'll still be there when you wake up. Right now, your only responsibility is getting some rest. You're allowed to leave tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Someone else's expectations. A classic. This one gets heavy because half of the time we don't realize we're carrying it. Trying to impress people. Trying not to disappoint them. Trying to become the version of ourselves that everyone else seems to want. But you weren't put here just to meet everyone else's expectations. It's okay if your life looks different than someone imagined it. It's okay if your timeline is different. This bag doesn't really belong to you anyway. So, let's get rid of it. There we go. Oh, perfectionism. This one is tricky because it pretends it's helping. It whispers things like, just fix one more thing, or don't share it until it's perfect. The funny thing is, perfection keeps moving. Every time you get close, it takes another step back. Eventually you realize you spent more time chasing perfection than enjoying what you created. Sometimes, done is enough. I struggle with that sometimes myself. Tonight, let's just sweep perfection away. Perfect. Guilt. This one's complicated. Sometimes guilt is actually useful. It reminds us when we've hurt someone, or when we want to do better next time. But after we've learned the lesson, and apologized if we could, and grown from it. Guilt has a habit of overstaying its welcome. It keeps knocking long after the door should have been closed. If you've learned from what happened, you don't have to punish yourself forever. Growth was always the goal. Bye-bye, guilt. Oh no. Overthinking. You certainly like to talk, don't you? This bag asks a million questions. What if? But what if I forgot something? What if they meant something else? It promises that if you think long enough, you eventually will find certainty. But usually all it gives you is a headache and less sleep, which we don't want. Not every question needs an answer tonight. Some thoughts can simply wait until tomorrow. And some don't deserve an answer at all. Fear of failure. I think a lot of us carry this one. I myself carry this one quite often. It's always nagging at the back of my head every time I release a video. It tells us if we never try, we'll never fail. Sounds pretty convincing, doesn't it? Until you realize it also means you'll never discover what you're capable of. Every person who's ever become good at something was once absolutely terrible at it. Failure isn't proof that you're incapable. It's proof that you are brave enough to begin. So, tonight, let's stop carrying this particular bag around. Toodaloo. Self-doubt. This one has a very quiet voice, but somehow it's one of the loudest of all. It tells you you're not smart enough, talented enough, interested enough, or ready enough. The funny thing is, though, almost every person you've ever admired has probably felt the exact same way. I know that I have. Confidence usually isn't something people wake up with. It's something that you slowly build. Only uncertain steps at a time. So maybe you don't have to believe in yourself completely tonight. Maybe enough is to simply stop arguing against yourself for a little while. Bye-bye. Here's one. Comparing yourself. This bag lies a lot. It compares your ordinary Tuesday to someone else's greatest highlight. You know your mistakes, your doubts, your fears, your bad days, but you almost never get to see theirs. Everybody's walking a different road, a different pace, carrying different things. There is no prize for arriving somewhere first. The only person you need to become is a slightly happier version of whatever person you were. Yesterday, that it convinces everyone they're the only one feeling it. Meanwhile, millions of other people are quietly believing the exact same thing. If you've been carrying this bag lately, I'm really glad you're here tonight. Maybe we're not in the same room. Maybe we've never even met. But for these next few minutes, you don't have to sit with this feeling all by yourself. Sometimes that's enough to make it just a little bit lighter. And finally, anger. This bag is still warm. And anger isn't always a bad thing. It's just trying to protect us. Sometimes it's telling us that something matters, or that we're hurt. But carrying anger around after hours is not great. Usually, it hurts the person holding it more than anyone else. You don't have to forgive anyone tonight, and you don't have to solve anything tonight. You just don't have to squeeze this bag so tightly. In fact, let's let it go. And there it's that. That's the last bag. What's that, my friend? Oh, it was no trouble at all. You could never be a burden. And I hope this helps you sleep and wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed and ready for a new set of adventures. Sweet dreams, my friend.